Jump down, turn around, pick a bale of cotton. Jump down, turn around, pick a bale a day. Oh, Lord, I'll pick a bale of cotton.
My father had a saying. He taught us that nobody in the world was any better than us, and we were no better than anybody.
Jump down, turn around, and pick a bale of cotton. Jump down, turn around, and pick a bale a day.
Growing up on the farm, as a young kid, we went to the field and we picked and chopped cotton, and one of the things that I always wanted is to get away from that field.
Oh, Lord, I'll pick a bale of cotton.
Growing up was good for us, we thought. But then as the years went on and our understanding got better, we knew that that wasn't the best thing for us. So that's when things started to change. It started to get better because we realized we were in a situation that we shouldn't be in.
Just feeling from day to day the pressure from being a young black kid growing up in Mississippi. When Emmett Till, I know you've heard of him, when he was killed, I used to love to sing and whistle. My mother dared me to whistle. I couldn't whistle anymore. In my songs, I liked to whistle. So that was one of the things that there are certain things that you couldn't do as a result of knowing about other experiences that had happened here in the Mississippi Delta.
Woke up this morning with my mind.
We had to make sure that we stayed in our place because, like, when you go to the store, you had to make sure that if another white customer was there, we had to let them go first, and then we went second.
And white folk lived in this area, black folk lived in the other area. We wasn't allowed on their side, but they could come on our side anytime they got ready. We worked with Student Nonviolent Coordinator Committee, CORE, NAACP. We never got a chance to go to jail. They would put you in jail for coming in the place to eat, just to eat. Now, you could go outside, you could order your food from the window, but you couldn't come inside. So we wanted that change. So in order to change, we got together and formed a group, and we went in together. See, if you want something done, do it as a group. You will succeed, because if you just talk yourself, they'll just say you just complain. You're not satisfied, but if you do it as a group, then that'll make them think you're serious.
As I was out organizing, we taught people about, not only about program, but we taught them about how to go and register and vote, to where to go to register to vote, and not to be afraid to do that. So I had even greater experience when I worked with Miss Fannie who was influential in my life and helping me to be able to work in the community and organize and work with youth as well as adults.
We are tired of being mistreated. We are tired of dying for nothing. And God wants us to take a stand. And the only way that we can change the system in the state of Mississippi is by going to the courthouse, registering to vote. But you got to stand up. Freedom is not something that's put in your lap. You will have to go to the courthouse and say, I want to register. This is a protest to show them that I'm not satisfied.
What I learned from researching Fannie Lou Hamer, she never backed away from who she was. She used that as a source of experiential wisdom. So she would say to audiences, I know what hunger is about. I know what that feels like. I know what poverty is about. And she used that as a point of pride and credibility to speak from.
She is a woman who is a prophetic voice to this very day. She passed away in 1977, but one of the reasons I study her is her voice continues to resonate with what's going on in our world right now.
Freedom! 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 400 years of love, nonviolence, turning the other cheek, and still being lynched, hung, and murdered. This has to be something else. It's always been a one-way street. It's always been the black people that had to give nonviolently, that had to love.
One of the notable things is that she was the oldest field worker for the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. So the majority of members of that organization were college students or students around that age. And Mrs. Hamer was in her 40s, close to her mid-40s when she joined.
Everybody sort of revolved around her orbit because she was so passionate, she was so well organized, and she knew the Delta better than anybody.
Fannie Lou Hamer was really motivated by her firm religious convictions. So her grandmother before that, she grew up in this Black Baptist community, and she grew up with the sense that the sharecropping system, this exploitative economic system, was fundamentally unjust.
You serve God by serving your fellow man. And if we are not concerned about these kids that's suffering from malnutrition because they don't get enough of the right food to eat, and if we are not concerned about each other going to the field working for $3 a day, coming out so tired we can't hardly cook what little we have, then stop saying something about I'm a Christian.
Lord, we pray for our young children, our teenagers, our babies, Lord Jesus. Lord, we lift them all up before you this morning. We pray you just fill them, Lord Jesus. Lord, when they're all said and done, we just give you praise. All honor and all glory because you deserve it all. In the mighty name of Jesus, we pray. Thank you, Lord Jesus.
We have always been taught that we had to suffer as Christ suffered. He was killed and all of the followers was persecuted. But I think in terms of what David had to do, David was a shepherd boy, but he was giving service to his people. But it did come in a time in his life he had to slay Goliath.
See, we hold on to what we went through. They don't know what we went through. They don't understand what we tell them. Because they didn't have the experience. They only experience what they are going through.
See, it's good for them to know what we had to go through. So, because they don't have to go through it. But they are still facing some things that we didn't have to face.
My hair will change, now it's so full. I got it. You got me sound like a fool by myself. All these people from your Snapchat added me, girl.
Yeah, I got him over here. Yeah, come along.
When my grandma used to work out here, all of this was a parking lot. They literally let the grass grow up through the concrete. I'm about to put this on Snapchat so I can show her when I get home. And look how they busted the windows out of that factory.
Yeah, that's cool, but ain't this that same truck we passed when we were blocking around in the old neighborhood?
That truck does look familiar. Well, we need to go. Come on. Hurry up, RJ. Who is this guy? He says,
y'all got your license? Hey, Hey, yes or no, boy?
Who are you? What's it to you? Why does it matter?
Because I want to know how much trouble y'all are in.
Trouble? We get in trouble just for riding around?
Yeah, just for riding around.
Are you accusing us of anything?
I'm telling you to find somewhere else to ride around.
Okay, I'm done with this conversation. I will not be talked to that way. You can talk to RJ.
Okay, y'all in some real trouble now, though.
The 17th chapter of Acts. And the 26th verse said, has made of one blood all nations. So that just means it's a different in the color of our skin. But the sad thing, that ain't too many elder people see that. It's young people today. It's the Christian church.
I think there should be more people who've had experience having a conversation with you. The conversation should start at home. The other conversation, if you go to church, and I'm thinking there's a lot of learning that you can get in church. And not only you get a sermon, but there are youth groups in the church, and they're teaching in the church, and they can learn a lot from working together.
When you put their wisdom together an hour and we talk about and work those things out, hey, you got some brilliant folks working together, and they can produce. And that's what's so good, and it really makes my heart rejoice when I see young folks achievement, their passion for what they want to do, and then they go after it.